today's matchup, wanting to find a way to walk out of the stadium with win number 5 on the season. The Steelers going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's head on down to Miami, where we'll hand it over to the two men calling our game. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to picturesque Miami, Florida. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they interplay in this one. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, he'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
On first down, Tannehill. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Give him 18 on that one, and that's good for Miami first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talking about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
On first and 10, Tannehill. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I didn't get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Spray generously before taking your seat, and very few films are protected layer, trapping the icky smell of your devil's dirt. So, no red faces in front of your box. Always college director. Even a VIP needs to VIP. Full generous. No
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about...
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Ryan Tannehill, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking in the end zone on a running play.
And his kick is right through. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He takes this for 3 to the 29. A wall of Dolphins, and there are lots of them there to make the stop. Time for the offensive starters now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and a guy to watch out wide, Sammy Coates.
A slow start in his rookie season, only caught one pass in 2015. They're expecting much bigger things from him, trying to help out that offense.
So far away, don't have to share with rental folks that won't get dressed. These happy, carefree country will be easy, lazy days when you're away.
If he can get open, you know his quarterback will find him.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And out come the Dolphins now. After the interception, here's Tannehill. And Stills over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Simple slant route, and partner, really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Over the middle, able to find Carew. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well.
And he will take it in for the Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Now Franks for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And back onto the field, here comes the Dolphins defense. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone, but their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Yeah, set them up pretty, got the touchdown, now they're back out there defensively. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
When I see Cameron Wake make plays like that, I can't help but shake my head sometimes. He had to go to Canada first before he came back to the NFL, where he's now an all-pro.
Yeah, undrafted out of Penn State, but look at him now.
Just think about all the pass-rushing moves he has, his ability to play against the run. Remember, he was a combo outside linebacker, defensive end. Now he's just sitting around his best in the NFL.
And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
So 2nd down was a run.
Yeah, don't miss a wide open fucking interception this time, ass munch.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger.
Oh, you got him.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So here are the Dolphins now with excellent field position to start things out. They're led out by their strong-arm quarterback out of Texas A&M. It's Ryan Tannehill.
I think one of the things I like about Ryan Tannehill's game is that he understands what his receivers are looking for downfield. He played that position at Texas A&M before becoming the starting quarterback.
Oh.
So a lot of times when he's in the pocket looking downfield, he's actually running the route to the receivers as he remembers them.
The Miami Dolphins starting lineup now, and Kenyon Drake, a guy to watch.
He has the ability to affect the game in so many different ways. In the return game, bringing it back himself. Also can be a gunner on the punt coverage team and did that very well at Alabama. But has the ability to run the ball out of the backfield as well as catch it. Kenyon Drake, you can use him so many different ways.
Tannehill now to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
Oh, you got a hold on
Guys
to
were
that.
there, but it falls
You asshole.
incomplete.
Hey, you should be mad.
And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Terrence Knighton's nickname Pot Roast was given to him, and he didn't like it at first. Now he says, don't call me Terrence. Holds down the middle against anyone trying to run the football.
A single glove dropped by the shooter and found beside Bart's SUV.
We knew about the missing glove, and obviously we had this glove in evidence already. So everything fit together just based on one small piece of evidence.
But Sergeant Slott still has no physical evidence to link Bart to the murders until now.
Stephen Champagne explained to me that he and Christopher Shear had thrown items from the crime scene into a bag and thrown it off a bridge that runs over Lake Conroe near Bart's townhome in Willis.
Sergeant Slott describes sending a dive team to the lake. It's a long bridge, but on their 3rd attempt, divers come up with a duffel bag.
It was back over here underneath the bridge, between the 3rd and 5th pylon in that general area.
3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
It's a windfall for final.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And it was incomplete. They were looking that time for Leonte Carew. And that'll bring up a 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And Frank's kick
And he's got it.
And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So they had great field position, but a free-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
Murdering ass motherfuckers.
The key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position.
Watch enough of this shit. You should know how to kill somebody. Just saying.
Defense is out to set up shop. They got the stop last time.
I don't agree, but I understand.
Resulted in 3 for their offense.
And this is one time where the defense won't get credit for creating points, but that's exactly what they did. All right, forced them into a
Picked off.
This is intercepted.
Who is this young lad?
It's picked off. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And he may want to track down that football.
Oh, it's all my rookie boy.
On his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold
Top of the morning to you.
game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. To throw is Tannehill. It's caught by
Damn.
Carew.
Crap, where's the holding?
For 4. It's 2nd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that a receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. That's a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Now Tannehill, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area,
oh no, that's a mistake.
Catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going.
Oh, we got it!
Inside the 10. It's a big play there for Miami. And
It's the little Mixie kid.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blade.
Optimize data, talk, and text. Plus, get $800 to spend any way you want when you switch.
Always tease Tristan.
That's $200 for every.
That's Tristan when he grow up. Look, just like and Mixie too.
Yeah, like I'm a little.
He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes, just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Leonte Carew with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt, that one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Brought in by Coates. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On second down, Williams across the 30 to the 31-yard.
Did he smack him?
3 yards on the pickup.
Smack the fire. Did his soul leave?
And about 4 to go.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. One of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the
I don't know, I read
and
it
make sure they
yesterday,
keep the defense
like a
off
rival
balance,
gang
and
member
not
or
able to just
something.
simply say, let's go get the quarterback and
Yeah,
disrupt
he
things.
smacked the shit out of him in his casket.
So they'll give a little extra time to come up.
I think that's a charge.
We've hit the end of quarter one. It's already 24.
Yeah, that is true.
That's our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns.
You smack me in my casket, I'm waking the fuck up. I'm like, God, let me get 5 minutes.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4.
Let me get 5 minutes, Lord. Let me slap fire out this motherfucker's ass.
Roethlisberger.
Oh, come on. Why'd you shave off? Come on, man.
Bounds across the 40-yard line.
They were full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball.
Be wanting to marry your knuckle. It's like, no,
Adjusting to the ball in the air, not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab.
You better make that fucking tackle. Or you fired, Craig.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground there.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
No one could have predicted it would happen for real. Years later, in the same room of the same house.
The whole family's been shot.
So what went wrong?
Can we stop for a second? I don't know where it started.
Bart Whitaker may be at a loss for words, but Sergeant Marshall's spot is not.
How I reconcile what Bart did to his family? I'm only left with the conclusion that Bart Whitaker's a sociopath, a true sociopath.
And back in the summer of 2005, he's also worried because Bart is missing and Sergeant Slott is convinced he could kill again. Unknown to the police, Bart is hiding in Mexico under the alias Rudy Rios, has charmed his way into a new family and talked about killing them.
Vamos a venir las cosas.
angry at your parents anymore. If you want, we can kill them. Cindy Lou Salinas is scared. Give them a beer.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to
Come on, guys. That's not playing fair.
45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done.
Oh, you got it.
You don't have to be his height to make a great play.
You need to hit the gym, little weakling. Eat your fucking Cheerios in the morning, you bitch.
In the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy...
Extremely dangerous. Because you have no guard. You have no
Ice cream is the only thing I eat in the past 3 fucking days. For real, for real.
You want stimulation. You want to somehow feel alive.
No, I
the
eat
normal
that
things that make people feel alive, love, attachment, money, that's all gone. I mean, having these fantasies of murdering your family, he had to go to that length to feel alive.
Finally, in September 2005, the climax in a long string of unsolicited witnesses, hard police work, and some good luck comes in the form of a phone call. It's the real Rudy Rios, and he has the final answer to Sergeant Slott's last big question. Where is Bart?
No, I know he's at because my family has taken care of him.
A busboy at a
My manager is fuming right now because they brought in a second manager into our building. He's texting me now. He's like, what the fuck are these motherfuckers trying to do?
He's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after
And I don't blame him, because I was fuming too.
Run up and tackle him.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Completes it to Hayward. Heat up a little.
At work, my job.
Starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise.
You put more people on the floor, and we ain't even got nobody here. We say the same thing. It's the same thing at a car dealership. We ain't got nobody coming in. You put more people on the floor. That makes sense.
Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way.
And they always ask me why I don't become a salesman. That's why.
All afternoon didn't get a whole lot better there. They go play action with Roethlisberger. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Cameron Wake in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Here's Roethlisberger. Green with a catch left side. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense.
Oh, I need a shot.
Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. And Charles, they get the field goal. It took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break.
Chris.
That's what came into play here for the defense.
Yeah, I was good.
They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the
Grandma
defense.
40 left.
And here comes the Steelers defense making their way onto the field. And
Brittany
maybe
was
for
there
them at this
last
stage, it's sort of put up or shut up time.
Girl used to work there with her fine ass.
They've got to go out there now and put an end to what's been going on in this ball game where they've just given up points, got pushed around, so to speak, during this contest. They've got to find a way to end it right here, right now.
Can they end it? Let's find out. Tannehill
can look,
first
can't
down.
touch.
And it's complete. The tight end, Deion Sims. They'll get 16 yards there. And it's first down, Miami.
Anything else would be uncivilized.
Now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids.
Lord Jesus, help me.
Routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the ball. We just
He gets it left side.
Brian Bosworth and
Just a
was
yard on
it
the catch there. It'll be second and 9.
Yeah.
something like
This
that?
is zone defense, and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call. You got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll hand it off now.
There you go, baby. Keep running.
Gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces.
These niggas can't fuck with you. Come on, hurry up, hit the ball.
On first and 10, Tannehill.
No.
Pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Miami after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
Yeah, I think you're right, partner. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He
Press
knows they're
coverage,
coming
press
after him
coverage.
again. A little bit of guts to stand in there and take the hit and successfully convert.
Y'all ain't fast enough. Y'all ain't fast enough.
Take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Little Mixie kid does it again.
Second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6.
I just want to hit the lottery.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it
So
up
we could all
to
go
the
on a nice
29-yard
vacation
line.
around the world. I swear to God, I quit my job instantly.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points
Not
last
me, I'm
time.
gonna go in
But
there
they
and
didn't
irk
want 3
motherfuckers
points
to the
because
fire.
they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if
What
they
the
can do
hell
better
is
than
this?
that.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing.
You playing
Everyone
corner?
happy about the
Now bad hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys
Oh, wow, that
will take
happened.
over. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Johnson with a completion over the middle. A good pick up there at 20 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can...
Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
with nothing but the clothes on their
And
back.
Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
What the fuck? Why is my camera like this? I don't like
On
this.
second down, Roethlisberger. Over the middle, here to Combs. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Roethlisberger. He's got time. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And this one caught by Coates. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Where did they go? They will.
Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop.
The Ramsey County Jail. You have anything to do with your 2 daughters running away.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try to knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
20 years worth of movies featuring both the rookies and starring roles as an affectionate, feisty couple.
But you're figuring it out now?
Doting, loving parents to their 5 children. Nico, Samantha, Gianna, Nia, and Gino.
It sounds like a busy home.
They're wonderful. It's my dream.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger.
Oh, shit.
He's going to loft one deep left side here.
Oh,
And this is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly. Yeah, that's perfect. 2. Davis deep. Hang on, I gotta go. Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off earlier.
look at this bitch. That's not sexy. You look uncomfortable.
The Steeler offense now with the football first here.
What the fuck was that?
And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that
That
turned
shit
into
don't look
6
good
points.
at all.
They've got to make amends.
How many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Now we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
She probably did.
They run it again with Williams. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here. So
No, I think you got the wrong hole.
When you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you get to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time.
Oh, come on, you gotta get in there.
For the draws and all the...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And now a first down following that long gain.
And caught me.
So you were shocked when she said, I want a divorce.
Oh, absolutely.
Seeking counsel, he meets with attorney Lisa Elliott.
David was pretty much in shock. But the one thing he did say to me is, this will be the busiest case you've ever had.
He knew that then. He knew it then. And that was just the beginning.
Now Ben, going to give it to Williams. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to game the other. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Rebuffing all your attempts to connect. With his children ignoring him, his frustration mounts. He leaves this message after finding out his
2nd down following the run.
Out of his longtime sport.
Cheerios stinking, right?
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger.
Got him.
Escape, and he goes down. Cameron Wake in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game. But this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it.
Oh, Ruby is live and dancing lessons? Oh, your fine ass. I gotta watch this. She is so fun.
Have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack.
Not into the blinds no more after the first one. Really, nigga.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And this is going to be
Her?
incomplete. He was trying to get it to D'Angelo
Ruby Garcia, the teacher that always be on Facebook. With her little rants.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd.
Oh, what you talking about, Ben?
He appointed that it is Sandra who is the real problem here. That the children are showing signs of parental alienation syndrome. Meaning, the reason the children are adamantly opposed to seeing David is not because he's abused them or their mother, but because Sandra has brainwashed them.
She tried to destroy his relationship with the children by telling them things and scaring them about what he was doing to them, how he was threatening them.
I've never done anything to be there for my children. My kids are my life. This is where the judge takes.
That's a nice ass house. Ugly ass color.
He orders Sandra.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
I lost everything. My whole life. I had no money, no car, no food.
And we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first.
I don't know. All I'm told is the judge's order.
You see what she said
There was
first?
no findings that I ever hurt the
No
children.
money, no
That
car.
I ever abused them, that I ever neglected them,
Pause.
that I ever did
No
anything
children.
to them. David's sister Tammy.
Sorry, I be in psychology too much. I be listening to words people be using. Like, you heard what you said first, right?
Of the 2nd half. They come out here in the eye. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Where do they go? Did you think we're like
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down.
Man just told me our job is to get him to move. Just get the I said, you got
Play
it.
clock's running down.
I will get his
Just
ass
beating the
booted.
play clock now. It's Tannehill. He gets him left side to Johnson. And
New
he
guy
gets
got
up
to go.
the 10-yard line here.
Sorry, new guy.
Good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. 7 yards remaining here on 3rd down.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB.
Oh, God, he got it. Oh.
And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Here's Matt Darr now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Pulled in at the 24.
Oh.
A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Again, it's Williams. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
Let's give plenty of credit to the defense there. They stuffed them on 2nd and short. But if you're in the offense, why would you change what you're doing? You've got a whole nother down to pick it up, and maybe even a 4th if you so choose.
Williams. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Sanu with a grab over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And with this drop-off from last week, you know, a guy of his caliber, he doesn't take this very well, does he?
No, not at all. And right now it's a matter of who wants to even be around him at this point and who can be around him, maybe to help him settle down or just to listen to him a little bit and let him vent so he can get it out of his system. It's just such a stark difference from what we saw last week.
Yeah.
You've mentioned many times before how impressed you are with his footwork, his decision-making, his reads. For me, his overall athleticism last week, escaping the pocket and creating big plays. We're not seeing that so far.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And Dominican Sue's 2nd tackle for loss on the game. Strength is the #1 thing you think of with him. But let's not underestimate his hands. You know, it's almost like he goes for martial arts practice. I'm not sure that he does, but it's like he does that.
And they get to it with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. And on that one, the protection.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
He'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Tannehill on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Back now in Miami.
This opening is going to be under that. Hey, nobody did expect you. Not the sweetie pies, part of Saturday Night's on the
This is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Now Moore. Now he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, You're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
More now. Caru's got it complete. 4 yards.
Yeah, I hit my motherfucking kids before. What kind of question is
It's
that?
fun to watch as these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying to find open space and present themselves to the quarterback as easy targets. But in the NFL, you've got to run the entire route tree, and you've got to run it well if you expect to get open. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
A strong running. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Ooh, I like it.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
But this order directly contradicts him. Specifically stated that
To throw again is Roethlisberger. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that these slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Roethlisberger now to throw on. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
What?
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front.
Some bitches just hauled ass, huh?
Guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands, comes together with the legs, in this case, the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Did a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
And he still doesn't have the catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and
How come the news it wasn't held accountable? Like, where the bitches go?
Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. Following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. But they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. And that'll bring up second down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger surveying the field. And he checks this one down to Williams. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it third down. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back. And they'll turn him loose later, I would think. Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be, and depending on what type of zone they're playing,
This they was just on the news. I'm not getting this whole
story. It could
story.
be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
The Dolphins getting set to go here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find
Get the outside
plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On the ground, this is Williams.
I'm waiting for Tosh to put her on.
It's going to make it third down at 6.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because then you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Damian Williams, the man he was looking for. Now fourth down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. The Steelers offense now getting ready to head back on the field. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away.
Oh, how'd I miss that?
Sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
Now give them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Andre Branch in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rashawn Jones. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the evidence shows last week's game is really leaked into a second game now, Charles. What do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it?
Shane,
Because
she's a pretty girl too. Just a fucking plumb dumbass.
The bounce back was going to happen this week. They were very confident in the game plan. Thought the defenses they would see would present great opportunities for big-time runs. We're not getting that so far. I don't know if it's the game plan or if they're just being overwhelmed by the defense they're facing.
Williams. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Stiff arm.
Shit.
And Charles, I think when the schedule...
That's game, chumps.
Every Saturday, only at 3.
Tracking ground to find out where are they now? From the moment the two teenage brothers were married, police suspected their mother, Sandra, was lying. At any point, the two had to run away from home. Never encourage any of your children. I encourage my children to run away. Police suspected that not only Sandra had contact with the girl, she also had help hiding them from a secret underground network of people willing to defy court orders and conceal children. David Dumas knows all about defying court orders. He went into hiding when he was 14 years old, using a loosely organized group of safe houses to sneak light to the father.
My mom actually made sure that she wouldn't know what I was doing. She handed me off to someone she trusted, who handed me off to someone else that she trusted.
Who was taking care of you?
Whoever I was taking care of.
Were they strangers?
They were alternating. Yeah. I was moving to houses with people who I never met. It'll be someone who maybe hears about me and says, hey, well, if Damon ever needs someone to stay with, he can stay with me. And we sort of pass messages, use a lot of burner phones. Well, in a lot of ways, that's what it felt like.
While on the run, Damon says he lived in around 10 different homes, never staying anywhere long. During that time, he made videos and posted them on the internet.
I'm turning 16. But instead of a birthday party with my friends, I'm in hiding.
But Bill liked the child. It was steep height. Did you go to school?
Actually, I did not. That's something that I sort of regret. I ended up, when I got out, I had to go back to high school.
What did you do with your day?
I played video games. Honestly, it was, I had no one to talk to.
Were you homeschooled?
Absolutely.
Those days turned into months, and instead of getting easier for David, life got more difficult.
I called my mom and I was like, I don't know because I didn't consider suicide at that point. It's been a very long time.
You know the things David just stopped the abuse he said he suffered.
I told her exactly.
I even put it yet somehow it was helping to bring up this platter.
This women isn't confident for an organization called the Women's Coalition. He blames the courts for pushing him into his life on the run. His father Grundy was denied ever abusing his son. The judge agreed there was no credible evidence